have to go. We have to go. I found the files.
Evil doesn't arrive screaming. Sometimes it is raised. The First Omen, a 2024 film, is not just a prequel to a classic horror franchise. It's a story about control, belief, and how fear can be manufactured in the name of faith. Set years before The Omen, this film reveals a horrifying truth. The devil was never summoned by accident. He was planned. Let's break down The First Omen, a story where religion becomes a weapon and innocence is sacrificed to create terror. Margaret is a young American woman sent to Rome to begin her life as a nun. She is idealistic, kind, and deeply faithful, the perfect candidate to serve God. The convent she joins appears peaceful at first, ancient walls, soft prayers, quiet devotion. But something feels wrong almost immediately. The other nuns are distant. The air feels heavy. And Margaret is drawn to one girl in particular, Carlita. Carlita is quiet, withdrawn, emotionless. The other nuns treat her like a burden, or worse, a secret. Margaret senses pain behind Carlita's silence. She believes helping her is part of God's plan. She has no idea how right she is.
El mio preferito. What's your name? Como te chiami? I'm Margaret.
Strange things begin happening. Margaret experiences vivid nightmares and grotesque visions of birth, fire, and chanting figures.
Then you must tie her to the bed. Here, let me show you.
She wakes up with unexplained bruises. Objects move when no one is there. Meanwhile, Carlita begins drawing disturbing images. A faceless woman, a black goat, and a child surrounded by robed figures. When Margaret asks about the drawings, Carlita whispers, "They chose me." The convent dismisses it as trauma, but Margaret feels something darker at work. And then she discovers something terrifying. Carlita is pregnant. No one knows how. No one asks. The nuns simply prepare. Margaret begins investigating the convent's past. She learns that after the rise of secularism, the church feared losing influence. People stopped believing. Faith weakened. And so a radical faction formed within the church. Their belief was simple and horrifying. If humanity no longer fears God, then humanity must fear the devil. Margaret realizes the convent is not a place of worship. It is a laboratory. They are not protecting Carlita. They are using her.
I don't understand. How do you know that?
It's about the girl, Skiana.
Carlita?
You must be very careful, Margaret. Bad things will start to happen around her.
Carlita is not a random orphan. She was selected. Her lineage traces back to occult experiments conducted decades earlier, failed attempts to create a vessel capable of giving birth to the Antichrist. Carlita is the first to survive long enough. The pregnancy is accelerating unnaturally. Her body is deteriorating. Her mind is slipping. Margaret begs the priests to stop the ritual. They refuse. One priest tells her calmly, "God demands sacrifice." Margaret finally understands. This is not God's will. It's human fear masquerading as divine purpose. On the night of the ritual, the convent transforms. Candles line the halls. Latin chants echo through the stone. The sisters wear ceremonial robes. Carlita is placed on an altar. Margaret tries to intervene, but she is restrained. The ritual begins. Carlita screams in agony as something unnatural tears its way into the world. And then, silence. The baby is born, a child with no immediate signs of monstrosity. Just quiet. The priests smile. They succeeded. Margaret is told the baby will be sent away, hidden, protected, raised in secrecy. But Margaret knows the truth now. This child is not meant to be protected. He is meant to be placed, adopted by a powerful family. raised in privilege, allowed to influence the world quietly. Fear must grow slowly, just like belief. Margaret tries to expose the truth, but the church covers everything. Carlita dies. The convent erases all evidence, and Margaret is silenced. In the final moments, the film reveals its chilling connection. The baby is handed to a diplomat. A substitution is arranged. A dead child is replaced. A lie is born. The Antichrist enters the world not through chaos, but through organization. The First Omen was never a prophecy. It was a project. The First Omen isn't about Satan. It's about institutions using fear to maintain control. The true villains aren't demons. They're people who believe terror is acceptable if it restores power. Carlita wasn't possessed. She was sacrificed. Margaret represents true faith, compassion, doubt, morality. The church represents corrupted faith, obedience without conscience. The film asks a brutal question. Is belief worth saving if it requires creating evil? The ending is deliberately quiet. No jump scares, no explosions, just the knowledge that evil has entered the world with paperwork, signatures, and approval. The devil didn't rise. He was delivered. The First Omen is a chilling reminder that the most dangerous evil isn't supernatural. It's organized, it's justified, and it believes it's doing the right thing. If you enjoy psychological horror, disturbing truths, and stories where faith turns into control, you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe to the Pulse Movie for more dark cinema explained, one heartbeat at a time.